Okay, it is 3 p.m. I will call the meeting to order for the regular meeting for the Port of Centralia Port Commission. I will start the meeting with introductions. I'm Commissioner Kyle Markstrom.
I'm Commissioner Julie Shapley.
Commissioner Peter Lamar. Eaton Port staff.
First item on the agenda for today is approval of today's agenda.
Move to approve the agenda of August 6th, the regular port meeting.
I second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further commission discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item on the agenda is good of the order public comment. This time during the Port Commission meeting is for public comment. This will be your only opportunity to provide public comment, as we will not have action items later in the meeting. The Port Commission welcomes and encourages your comments and participation. However, public comment is not the time for the commission to answer questions. If you have a question and would like a follow-up at a later time, please leave us your contact information. For those attending remotely or those who are unable to attend, please submit your written comments to agraber@portofcentralia.com before 2 p.m. the day of the meeting. We are lucky to live in a great community where we are all passionate about making this a great place to live. While we might not all agree on how to achieve that, it is important we recognize we can all be passionate about our ideas while also respecting one another. You will have 3 minutes for your comment. When you reach your time limit, I will ask you to wrap up. Please stand at the podium when giving your comment, and if you have a specific records request, please see port staff so we can get you the information you require. First person we have signed in for public comment is Jan Vanovich.
Jan Vanovich, Centralia. Reviewing the guidelines for public comments at meetings under C, disruptive behavior. I do believe you have gone beyond the scope of your control by including crude, offensive, abusive, discriminatory, or derogatory language, or making personal attacks on port employees or officials, and even controlling the volume of a person's voice. According to our First Amendment rights guaranteed by the Constitution, you do not have the right to control these things beyond time, place, and manner. A person can use profanity if he chooses, and you do not have the right to stop him. As for offensive, who would determine that? What's offensive to one person is simply facts to another. I noticed when port staff called citizens, and I quote, idiots, in an open public meeting, it was offensive to most public citizens, yet you did nothing. And you continued to do nothing. So I guess your rules, although unconstitutional, only pertain to certain people, which would fall under discriminatory in your guidelines.
Thank you. The next person we have signed in for public comment is Julie Barrett.
Hi, my name is Julie Barrett. This is my first meeting, and I'm very happy to be here.
Please state where you're from for the record.
Centralia.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to be here. I'm here because I was pretty upset about some of the things I was reading about what was going on to the citizens in the port, and I'm expecting complete transparency. It's a harmonious way to be in a town, and I see no reason that we all can't get along. You guys have a job to do. We have a town to love and protect. And I would really appreciate it if we could all just communicate. One of the things that's really helpful in communicating is that the citizens can get all the information that you get. There's no reason in the world why, I mean, not necessarily about negotiations maybe you might be involved in, that are private, have nothing to do with us. But anything that has to do with the city or that's been decided or going to be decided in the port, I don't think there's any reason we can't all know. And so I would just encourage us all to be respectful and to be kind and to do our job in a professional way, and we'll all get along. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person we have signed in for public comment is Cynthia Mudge.
I just have a couple of things. Before I talk about our announcement, also Cynthia Mudge is with the Chamber of Commerce, and Juanita McNaughton, and I'm now with the Chamber of Commerce as well. So I just want to introduce Juanita real quick. She's our member relations, and so you may be seeing her in that capacity elsewhere. What I wanted to do was talk, thank you, Juanita, briefly about mostly the Centralia happenings coming up. The big one that I really encourage people to go do is a chamber forum is on Thursday, August 14th. We're actually going to meet at City Hall, and Annie with United Way, and Todd Chapman with the Alliance, and they're going to be talking about the Learning Center, but more importantly, we're going to walk over to the Learning Center and take kind of a tour. So I think for those who are curious about the updates and what's going on there, that'll be a really interesting opportunity. Like her, they're actually technically in Centralia, and we're very, for those who know, they used to be Rainier Connect. They are connecting as like her in more and more homes. I actually just got mine hooked up, and they're gonna do the business after hours, coming up also this month. And Hub City Supply, who isn't too far from here, they're gonna have a ribbon cutting on August 21st. And then in September, Good Health Nutrition will be doing a ribbon cutting for them to celebrate their 35 years. So that's what's coming up at the chamber in the next month.
Great, thank you. That is everybody we have signed in for public comment. Is there anybody else in attendance today that would like to provide public comment that is not signed in? Hearing none, I will close public comment. Next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for our July 16th meeting. You have a chance to look at those?
I move to approve the minutes of the July 16th meeting as written.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on the minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item we have is approval of warrants.
You have general fund warrants and vouchers 24473 through 24503, aggregate amount $118,632.77.
I move to approve warrants 24473 through 24503 in the aggregate amount of $118,632.77.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Is there any commission discussion? Just a quick note, it does look like Reliable Electric because there's a spelling error there. We have a motion and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Executive Director report.
Pretty quick report for you today, Commissioners. We having a bid opening next week for the final bit of work down at Centralia Station. We were successful getting the end of Long Road vacated. We'll now go through, demo that portion of Long Road, fill that, bring it up to level with the work we did last winter. And this will finish it out. This portion of the property will be utilized partially by Chipotle and partially by another tenant that will be bringing to you very soon. We have moved along on here at Park One, the Ives Road Mobile Home Park. Remember, that's a project when we bought this whole property. It takes 2 years now to relocate a mobile home park. We've been working with Department of Commerce, and it's really a compliment to Caitlin and to Amy. We are now below 50% occupancy in the park, and working along. Department of Commerce is happy with the progress we're making, and we expect to have it wrapped up by next March, so if not sooner. Beacon construction continues over between North Park Drive and Sandra. They finished paving last week, working their way through on TIs on the building, but coming along very well and looking very good. The landscaping on Sandra is a nice upgrade, and so we think that looks great. Midway Underground has approached us to do staging on our property off of Long Road. It is a retention pond that's a secondary pond. We have granted them a license agreement to go in there. They're working for the city of Centralia on the South Street improvements, so they needed a place somewhere nearby to pile sewer line, keep it secure and that sort of thing. So they're not going to be doing much in there except storing pipe and they've agreed to knock down all the grass for us in return for it. So fair deal, as well as name us additional insured and sign our licensing. So.
Okay.
The other portion of it, the boundary line adjustments, that will accommodate, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, and a couple of other tenants are underway with, Barkhausen, and, we expect to have, that back to you, probably sometime in the third quarter. That's what I have.
Great. Next item on the agenda is commissioner reports. Commissioner Lamont.
I don't really have anything. I do have a question on our electronic reader board. Do we get rent out of Winco for using that?
No, we don't, because they paid 50% of it. They actually just sent me an email today and asked if we'd like to take it over. And I said, no, I think you're doing a great job of it. You're the only tenant there. It looks magnificent, and we'd like it to be continued on through the end of the year. No, they won't be charged rent to be on there.
Okay, no, I thought we paid a third of that. No.
We paid about 50% of it. They split the 50 between them and Powell. So the electronic sign is ours.
No.
So, but as our anchor tenant, I think it's the least we can do is let them be up there until another tenant comes along, which won't be long.
Thank you.
Great. Anything else?
No, it's good.
Good. Commissioner Shapley.
It's been a busy summer. Yesterday or last night, I attended the Power of the Purse with United Way. It was a very, very well received fundraiser. We had a great time, and then also went to National Day or Night Out. I saw Peter there also, and I was commenting that our mayor was in the dump tank and seemed like every shot, no matter if it hits the target or not, she got dumped. So it was very good, and it was great to see all the attendants there. That's it.
They should have put like a code enforcement officer in there or something. That's fun. Let's see. I don't really have anything to report as far as committee reports. .09 committee hasn't met recently. Been a pretty quiet summer. It's been enjoying the mild weather. That's all I have to report.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thanks for attending.
Thank you.